Let's talk about the most effective or one of the effective um course breaker or cleansing, road opener, messy work, um name it, favor drawing work, love attraction work, in the form of a bat. If you have been following me on this channel, you realize that I am sorry, this time around I don't really talk about spiritual bats. But I realized that about a year ago, 2 years ago, spiritual bats is one of the videos that people return to testify to the glory of God. I think because I have a lot of videos of spiritual bats, so I stopped talking about it so it doesn't look like. But I realized that I am wrong. Let's talk about spiritual bats. Bats that open your way, bats that break curse, bats that bring favor. Please don't mind my English. Bats that like bring you connections ordinarily, even if you use the most expensive soap, the most expensive cream, the most expensive cologne, such connections will not come by. I do tell people sometimes some of these persons you have around you, close by you, you keep wondering why is it that this person is being favored, this, that. They may be doing some of these natural things, or you never can tell. But remember one thing, whatever you do, do not leave the creator of these natural things out of it. Always align it with prayer, always align it with God. It works faster. Number one ingredient you'll be needing for this is rosemary. Now, before I proceed, I wouldn't want you to come and blame me tomorrow, Cheesy. Why did you do this? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you tell me this, that? Please, there is something going on I want you to know so that you will partake and benefit from it. Check the video in the comment section. Thank you. Get your rosemary. Get your bay leaf. For those that keep asking, is it the bay leaf we use in spice? Yes, the same bay leaf we use in spicing our jollof rice that gives it that wonderful aroma. Even persons in 10 streets, in your streets, they want to come and visit you. That is how effective bay leaf is also for spiritual purpose. When you get your bay leaf, get your pot, put some bay leaf inside your pot, boil some, add some rosemary inside it. This is what rosemary looks like. Add some rosemary. You can Google it so you can see a better picture of what it looks like. Now, boil it for like 15-20 minutes. Preferably, add these leaves when the water is almost about to boil. But before you add it, you are going to pray. Call upon whatever you believe in, God Almighty. Acknowledge Him. Take for example, I call upon God Almighty, the creator that was not created, He who created these natural herbs. That is before you add it to the pot. And I ask that God Almighty use this to remove every evil blockages, open my way, to attract favor, to attract. I'm just giving you my words. May this work for me and not against me. You drop it in the pot. You get your bay leaf. Acknowledge God also. Repeat the same prayer. Now, there is something I want you to do. When you acknowledge God Almighty, also acknowledge your chi, the good angels that guides you, that works with you, that are assigned by God to work with you. Very important you acknowledge them, because they are the ones that will go the errand for you, if you understand what I mean, spiritual errand. Now, you do the same with your bay leaf. Acknowledge God, speak, pray, acknowledge your angel guides, and tell God that please it works for you and not against you. Yes. Drop it in the pot. Allow this to boil 15-20 minutes. Put it down, sieve it, Depending on the quantity of water, you can allow it to cool down and just use it for a rinse. But if the water you boil with it is not much, you can add a little water. Now, get this block camphor. I keep telling us, when you go buying this block camphor, ensure you are buying the original. The original is whiter or brighter, or how do I put it, and is taller than, in fact, when you go to the market, you see different things, but just make sure you are buying the original. So you can take, there are 8 pieces. You can take one, pieces it inside the bucket of water. Now you can have this bath after you are done having your soap and sponge baths. After you are done having your soap and sponge baths, use this as a rinse. Pray into this water. Are you a Christian? You can read some psalms into it. Pray into this water and then just pour it on yourself. Except maybe you are using a curse breaker and all that cleansing soap, or your favorite attraction soap if you have any, then you can add more much water, you understand, because you're using soap, and then use your soap to bath and use the water to, you understand. Now, when is the best time to do this? You can do this as long as you want, 2 times a week, once a week, 3 times a week. Believe me, if you incorporate this, by the grace of God, you will thank God you did. When it's the best time to do this, have this bath, any time of the day is fine. Night, morning is fine. Go ahead and use these powerful 3 natural ingredients created by God to change your life, to look back and say, God, I thank you. It's nothing but nature. Always have this at the back of your mind. Acknowledge the creator of the nature so that it will work for you perfectly and faster. In case you're wondering, where do I get all these things? My number will be in the comment section. If you wish, you can buy from me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you.